I'm Andrew O'Connell. Welcome back to F.A.C.E. How are you?
Thanks for having me back, Dale.
Good to have you, Andrew. So lots happened here in the last 48 hours. Are you going to share your screen with us and talk about what's top of mind for you after Paul and the P.C.E. today?
Definitely. Let's go ahead and share the screen. Yeah, pretty crazy that we just got that PCE data. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and share. Yeah, so I'm taking a look at the PCE data. And
Yeah,
this is definitely, of course, this is market moving stuff right here. As I look at this, I know you guys were just mentioning this downward trend line that we're facing on the indices. Let me know if you can see my screen.
got it. In fact, the whole universe, I was saying a few weeks ago, the whole universe is watching this trend line because it's an easy one to see. You just take the all-time high and looks like we're on the verge of breaking out.
Yeah, so we're pretty much trading right up to it. As I look at the PCE data, let's pull this up. I love this website, Trading Economics. So the data point came out in line, and I see here prices for goods decreased, but
Yeah,
we had services that actually increased by 0.6%.
yeah.
And if we strip out the food and energy, the PCE actually increased by 0.5%. So to be honest, as I look at this data point, I'm taking a look at the S&P 500. This thing has rallied about 17% off the lows that we had a
October.
couple months ago.
Yeah.
And I think the risk reward is just getting a lot worse up here, to be honest.
Okay.
So as we
What
look
do you
here, we're
think could
trading.
derail it if it's not going to be yields? Is it going to be that finally that rates could come down and that we start getting earnings compression next year? We start getting some bad earnings or bad numbers and the market sells off because of economic weakness and the dollar could still work lower and yields could still work lower and the stock market could work lower. Could that
Yeah, so
happen?
I think the major problem this year, right? It's been the dollar index is moving much higher. And we see
Right.
the dollar index over the past couple of months, it's come off these highs really nicely. And we've been tracking this for quite a while
Yeah.
as the dollar index started in this topping pattern. So
Right.
we are certainly getting what we wanted to see there. And I think it's great to see the dollar index continuing to break down. The inflation data as well. If you look at the inflation data, it has gotten a bit better over the last month. We got one good series of inflation prints. This PCE data is the last one. We have the CPI, the PPI, now the PCE. But I just think in markets, a lot of it is what kind of news are you getting? And then also, how is the market reacting to that news? So, in terms of like this particular inflation report, I would certainly say the market has already priced this in. This is October data, and we had the huge move lower in the dollar index. We also have this huge move lower in the VIX.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
take a look
We should
here.
come in at 20. Yeah.
Yeah, as I look at this situation, the risk reward if you're getting long anywhere up here is fantastic. But now at this point, for anyone that's sitting on the sidelines, if you're getting long, I mean, look at this red line. This was the last trough in the VIX. It
Yeah.
happened right around this 20 level. So I just think, yeah, the news is getting better. I was getting pretty aggressively long the market into the end of the fall. I think that was really just a fantastic entry point into the market.
So are you raising cash now, Andrew?
Yeah. Yeah. So I've been
Okay.
raising cash the past few trading sessions. I was pretty heavily exposed to these Chinese stocks. Like
Wow.
if you take a look at
That takes a
Alibaba.
lot of intestinal fortitude.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah,
Not intestinal,
yeah, it definitely does. Cause
intesticle.
yeah, because
In
these
other words,
stocks,
you have big ones to be buying Chinese. So, yeah. So that's interesting that you like China. Are you staying with those?
no, so I actually scaled out of these the past couple of trading sessions. And the only reason why is for my trading strategy in particular, there's market commentary and then there's actually trading the market. And for me,
Yeah.
for my strategy, I am always looking to take 1 unit of risk and start taking targets when I've hit 2 times my risk budget. And then if I hit 3 times my risk budget, that's even better. If it gets beyond that, even better. And so, like, for example, with Alibaba, so I missed this initial blast higher.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this theme is really taking off. Perhaps the Chinese economy is trough. This seems like a group I want to be a part of. But I missed that initial blast. And I never like to enter these things when they're incredibly extended.
Yeah.
So I waited for this pullback. And I got long Alibaba as well as PDD on this pullback to support. But to be honest, I set maybe like a 4% stop loss. And with the move these have put in over the past couple days, this thing hit my 2 times risk budget, hit my 3R target as well. And that's where I just go, you know what? Could these things keep blasting off? They certainly could, but I've hit, a multiple of my risks, so I'm going to scale out. So this one was great. But if you look at this chart, this purple line right here, this is our 10-day exponential moving average. This here is our 5-day exponential moving average. And we're just so extended away from those levels. So it's tough not to be a seller as the stock just gets way far extended. PDD as well. Look at this one, man. This one also just really extended from those key moving averages. So I have been scaling out. I'll show you the one trade that I did put on yesterday. Take a look at this.
You in the minors for this run, Andrew?
No, I'm not, but the miners look fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard you speaking about that one earlier. That's another group where it's starting to emerge. The trend looks great. And the trade is really starting to work. I think if you're in that one, that's definitely fantastic.
But you would wait probably for a pullback in those.
Yeah, let's see. Let's take a look at the gold miners.
Well, if you want to cover Qs, we could finish it. I know some people were looking for about 310, 315 after we had that big Sigma event on an inflation number a few weeks ago. It opened the door. I think who was it? It was a guy from Spider Charts.
Trend Spider.
Trend Spider, yeah. Yeah. Charlotte's Web is what.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys are awesome. I love that. That whole team is great.
Yeah. So you show more upside here. We're only at R1 on Qs.
Yeah. So based on what I'm seeing in my analysis, I always like to traffic in the most high octane leadership stocks. Yeah. And a lot of those names are already very extended. So I'll go to a few of those first. Like SMCI, this has definitely been the leadership stock of this rally. Yeah. And this thing has had maybe like a 50% advance. Yeah. This one was pretty extended up until a couple days ago. And we just got this, looks like a retest of almost the 20-day simple moving average. This stock here, Sanoma, this is one I actually have on my watch list for today. This one already had a fantastic run. So if the market is going to move higher, I'm looking for some of these groups that maybe haven't participated as much. And the NASDAQ has just been a huge laggard. Yeah. So the trade that I entered into yesterday, I saw that the market was reacting positively to Jerome Powell. And I was cognizant of the fact that, hey, I already scaled out of a lot of exposure, but I'm not seeing a lot of individual stock setups. So what I did was I took an entry in this ETF. And you see this yellow line right here? Yeah. This right here is the anchored VWAP from when we got this really good CPI report about 2 or 3 weeks ago. So what I did was I entered the Qs at 289, and the Qs had started to break out, and then they retested back to this prior high right here. So I took the entry at 289, and I have my stop out point just below that anchored VWAP from the CPI report. And then right here, this is my R1 pivot. This is where I'll have earned 1 times my risk budget. I have the R2 pivot. This is where I'll have earned 2 times my risk budget. And then if we get just crazy into the end of the year, we'll hit my R3 pivot. But this R2, this is where I'm going to take off 50% of the trade. And then at the R3, I'll probably close it out. Then of course, if it moves to the downside, I'll take my full stop right here at this 283.8 level.
Okay. You were talking about groups that really haven't participated yet. How about the cannabis sector?
Yeah, let's take a look at that. So let's go over
You
to
own
our,
any of those? Oh, look, you have a little bud on the bottom of your screen.
yeah, so let's take a look at the group first. So we'll go to the MSOS ETF. This is my favorite one to just monitor the group.
Right.
Yeah, this MSOS, yeah, it hasn't really participated a whole lot.
Right.
We just got the pullback to the 20-day simple moving average. This one could definitely be a candidate to look out for. Another group that I am watching pretty closely for today's session is biotech.
Okay.
Check this one
see.
out. Yeah, if you look at biotech, this shaded area on my chart, this is the monthly value area. So it's really just some market profile levels. It's showing you where most investors have traded the asset over the past month. We're about to have a brand new monthly value area for December as soon as the market opens today. And biotech is going to be trading just a smidge above that monthly value area high. So if the market just decides to continue to move, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, you can enter the biotech group with a pretty tight stop loss right below this monthly value area high. So this is definitely a group that I would look at as like a catch-up group. If the market starts to get really speculative and there's a performance chase into the end of the year, I'm going to be looking at this group and I'll probably just trade the ETF.
Okay. You ever take the short side of the market?
I do, yeah. Our last interview in the late fall, we had gotten a signal from our VVIX risk indicator, and that was actually a pretty fantastic short setup. With that one using our indicator, we pretty much caught the top of the summer rally within, it was about like within 2 days from the top. So it was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm not getting any short signals now though. So that's the thing. I'm at a spot with my process where I'm pretty wary that the market's getting a little bit extended, but I'm not getting any short signals either. And that's something where, like, as a trader, you never want to just short it because it's gone up a lot. You know, that's like the ultimate, kiss of death.
Amateur.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to, like, if I get a short signal, I'll take it. But for right now, I'm long. I have a lot less exposure than I did prior. And I think it's just, seeing how we do at this trend line.
A lot of people looking at some, do you have some resistance levels or anything above the market? Should we have a continuation here where you might be looking for another level that the market could run into resistance? Or do you think that we have a shot on this breakout for making new all-time highs into early next year?
I don't think so. I don't think we're going to make new all-time highs. And the reason why is because we have this really potent cocktail going on right now where the Fed is raising interest rates.
Right.
And I think the good thing that the market has recognized is that this interest rate hiking cycle is coming to an end. The Fed's going to be done with their hikes in early 2023. So I think the market's gotten out in front of that. But we also have the balance sheet that's continuing to roll off.
Yeah, that's even more restrictive. Can I ask you, Andrew, what does VNOM stand for? And you have R1 at 4278. That's a number I've heard some people bandy about between 43 and 4400. Maybe back to the August highs and then a failure. So what is VNOM?
So this Venom R1 pivot, this is an extension away from the monthly value area. So the way that I think about this shaded region here is this is where most investors were transacting in the S&P 500 for the month of November.
I see.
So if you're breaking out above that, that's bullish, right? Because it means most investors that bought in November, they're above water on their purchase. This is really just like an extension level from that point. And what's pretty cool is it actually lines up with the summer high. So that's the next level that I'm looking for. If this rally just decides to go to the next level, and it certainly could, there's a lot of fund managers, they're underwater for the year. Careers are on the line.
Yeah.
I think that's the next level to the upside.
Okay. What a great interview. Whose charts are these?
Yeah,
What
so
kind
this
of
right here,
charts?
this is Think or Swim.
Oh, okay.
And then I also use TradingView as well.
Okay. And
Yeah,
how about a look at your website and the best way for people to, get in touch with you and work with you?
absolutely, man. So let's
Do
take a
that
look at
unless you
the,
wanted to wrap it with something else, but I think we have your views here. You're
yeah,
lightening
so let's
up.
take a look. Yeah, feel
Go ahead.
free, reach out. I'm on Twitter at Real Pristine Cap. And then we are also at pristinecapital.net. We have an active trading Discord, and you can see all of our real-time entries and exits and all of our research workflow here.
Okay. And you have a 30-day free trial for all those out there that live by the expression, if it's free, it's me. There
Absolutely,
you
man.
go.
So yeah, feel free to take a look at that 30-day trial. That'll get you into our active trading Discord. And yeah, take it from there. I think most people, if you give it a shot, you'll really like what we're offering.
So, if stocks are your things, something to consider. I could tell Andrew is a disciplined guy by just the way he talks and about his trade setups, and he says stops. A lot of people come in here, they don't even use that word. So thank you again, my trading warrior brother. Really nice
Absolutely, man.
interview.
Best of luck to you into the end of the year.
Yeah, happy holidays to you and yours, and I'm always rooting for you and look forward to having you back.
Thanks so much, Dale. Looking forward to be back.
Andrew O'Connell, everyone, and you can follow him at Pristine Cap, right? Is that correct? At Pristine Capital or Cap on
Absolutely.
Twitter?
Follow us at Real Pristine Cap,
Real
and our website
pristine.
is pristinecapital.net.
Okay, they're not just, Andrew's not just pristine, he's real pristine. So don't
Absolutely,
go to
man.
any fake pristines out there. And Andrew, good hunting. Thanks very much for sharing your views and edifying the F.A.C.E community today.
Absolutely. You as well, Dale.
All right, buddy. So that's a wrap, everyone. And you could join the team in 25 minutes on the Morning Edge. People are thanking you, Andrew. Well, he's gone. You're welcome, Pavana. See you, Patrick. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Good hunting today, guys and gals. Adios.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with ForexAnalytix. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.